new front begin to drift south and eastward. The central and eastern parts of Kansas will very probably be cloudy in the morning, and then western Kansas will begin to get increasing cloudiness by tomorrow afternoon. Today, however, very, very pleasant reading. 73 up in the Goodland area, 72 at Garden City, 70 reported by Dodge City and Liberal, 72 over by the good folks of Guam.
I gotta pay close attention to what's happening up there. This plane is gonna do about 4 passes. I'm gonna follow the drone above it and away from it. Gotta put away the sunglasses. I don't like flying with sunglasses on. It's really, really stupid. Don't try to be cool when you got something hovering at around 250, 300 feet. A couple things you have to keep an eye on. One, seagulls. They look at my drone and they think it's food, so they'll chase after it. And if it's light winds, they'll tend to stay closer to the water. That way I can hover nicely, not really having to worry about them. I need to keep a certain buffer from him. All right, so I need to hover at least 100 feet above the plane as he's passing over. I'm doing about 30 miles per hour. He's doing about 140 miles per hour. Okay, so I need to take that into account when he's coming over the beach. He's gonna be doing like banana turns, as he calls them. He's gonna be coming a little bit towards the shore, and then he's gonna drift. He's gonna slowly drift away from the shoreline. Okay, because you can't fly over houses at that height. I only got one shot at this, so if I screw this up, I'm done. I think that's him. Battery temperature too low.
And in the Ponca City Blackwell area, 68 degrees today.
That was disappointing, to say the least. I have to admit, I haven't had a failure this big since, I'd say, week 9 of the vlog, when, well, I didn't have any footage to begin with whatsoever. I mean, you can go back and look at that. I'm really not going to go into it. Let me explain to you what happened this week. The project was to record from the air a plane going by the ocean. Following FAA guidelines with permission and cooperation with the pilot, flying a non-commercial vehicle, I would have been able to capture some really beautiful footage. It would have been great footage that I could have used for later projects down the road, and I could have taken you behind the scenes of how I would have actually executed something like that. And instead, I came up with nothing. Let me explain to you how this was supposed to be executed, what was supposed to happen, and how it all went wrong. The plane was to fly by. Once I had its location, I would raise the drone 150 feet above its actual location and then send it out into the ocean, where I would then take pictures and video of the plane flying by. Planes will usually fly no lower than 150 feet above the shoreline. It had to be carefully planned out, which for the most part it was. I get confirmation that he had taken off. 15 minutes into his flight towards the ocean, his iPhone just randomly decides to shut off, so I completely lose all contact with him. And the Cessna 172 is a pretty identifiable, generic-looking aircraft. The problem is there are so many of them because they're trainer planes, okay? A lot of people learn how to get their pilot's license on these planes. So I couldn't identify if it was him for sure. So he loses signal. I have no contact with him. He hasn't read my geosync location setting yet, so he doesn't know exactly where I am. He knows that I'm on the island on one of the shorelines. He just doesn't know exactly where I am. So the plan was for him to do 4 flybys, okay, from the north and the south, then vice versa. And my job when he flew by was to go up and then get the pictures and get the video. But because he didn't know where I was, he was just doing turns in the location. I saw a plane in the distance doing turns, but it was so far away that if I was to send the drone all the way over there, I don't know if I would have got it over there in enough time to take all the proper video that I needed. And if it wasn't actually his plane, that's really bad, because if it wasn't his plane, there could have been all kinds of issues. There could have been a possible accident, and I don't want that to happen. It's not worth the risk when you're doing that, because a bird, if it flies through the windshield of a plane, can cause all kinds of problems. So why would I take that risk with the drone? It was a great project, but it just didn't pan out, and I'm kind of upset about it because I drove all that way to make it happen and I came up with nothing. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun was going down, but I still had plenty of light left so I could get all the shots, and it would have been even better as the sun was going down. But because I didn't have any contact with him because of his stupid iPhone, why do you people stay in lines for 2 weeks to buy an iPhone when the thing's just gonna fail you? And then he gave me one pass by. He didn't know it was me. He was flying at the right altitude. If he would have done that pass 4 times, I would have been able to get the drone up in the air, get the footage I needed, and we would have been all set. And then I would have had a short but really, really cool vlog, one that I've been actually planning for the past few weeks. And all because of a damn iPhone. By then it's about 4:45 at night, the sun has already gone down, I'm freezing, and that's it. I got no footage, complete failure, and sadly I'm used to failure, okay? I have so many projects that I haven't gone my way. I've lost footage, I've lost time, I've lost money, and I have to deal with this every single week. And this is, if you're gonna be an entrepreneur, you wanna start a small business or start a project, you're gonna have to get used to failure like this. You're gonna have to get used to talks like this. Not just with other people, but talks with yourself. You're gonna be so upset with yourself when one project doesn't go your way. Well, get used to it, because you're gonna have a lot of projects that doesn't go your way. But you're gonna get, generally, you're gonna get new opportunities at some of these projects. Like, I'll get another chance, hopefully, to videotape one of these again, but just not gonna be today. And since it's getting colder over here in the Northeast, it's gonna be a lot harder to fly. It's gonna be a lot harder to stay out there. And I'm disappointed. This is what frustration and failure looks like. It just looks like an idiot with some oversized sunglasses and a fairly decent scarf. So, I'm walking away. Bye. Seriously, I'm leaving.
For a little bit of a change tomorrow, and of course the possibility of some scattered showers. Today, of course, there's nothing showing up on the radar. However, the satellite photo was pretty interesting for the western half of the U.S. Rain showers and thunder showers along that frontal system, then that wide band of fairly heavy snows. Now, what will happen each time that you see the frontal system on there? That begins at 6 o'clock.